my name is Jada and I'm an artist that paints surreal fantasy art. Hi! Hey everyone, I'm Jada and I'm an artist that paints primarily surreal fantasy artwork. Today is gonna be kind of a chill art vlog, just me talking about some of the artwork that I spent the last couple of weeks making. So far I've completed 4 new paintings. All 4 of them were for art submissions and only one of them I actually submitted to a small magazine, and I'm still waiting to hear the results and if my art was picked for that magazine. The other 3 were for a gallery submission, but I decided not to go forward with it, just primarily because, mostly just because of financial reasons. I just felt like the amount of work that I was putting into it and all the stuff that I had to pay for in the back end just to submit it and see if it would get into the gallery wasn't really worth it at the time. I'm thinking next year I can set aside some money to actually go forward with some more call for art submissions. It's been a weird month. I had a lot of different reflections going on. I realized that being an artist in my room is pretty lonely, and even though I work full time, I would love for art to be a source of income for me. And I feel like it's kind of lonely. Like, I do like having coworkers, I do like working with people, and I feel like if I was a full-time artist, like working alone in my room all the time, it would be pretty lonely because I don't think I'm a homebody. I don't really go out unless someone else suggests something. So I don't know. I've just been thinking how kind of lonely it can be to be a full-time artist. That being said, I hope my video brings some kind of comfort to you guys and just keep you company as you are possibly an artist or a creative person working at home or even doing homework if you're a student. I hope my videos provide company to anyone out there, because I personally love watching art vlogs or people's videos when they're talking to me or they're doing stuff too, because it doesn't feel so lonely. While I've been quiet on YouTube, I keep everyone up to date on current paintings I'm working on my Instagram. And if you would also like to keep up to date on my behind the scenes, links can be found down below, and I can't wait to see you there. I thought it would be a good idea to take some time and refresh my art space. I keep it pretty cluttered, especially during this hectic couple of weeks of painting, and so far I haven't had any way to store anything properly and to keep things a little bit more organized. I was watching another art YouTuber, and she introduced me to this very cool idea, and it was to put your palettes in a small dish holder tray that you use to dry your dishes. And I thought that was such a great idea, and I immediately went and bought a bamboo dish holder, whatever. I will link the one that I purchased down below, and I will also link the video that I watched. And if you're interested in watching her video, I will link it all down below for you. Having this dish holder for my palettes saved me a lot of space in my drawers, and kind of set out my palettes in a very neat format that I could just reach for them when I need it and then put them back when I don't, without having to back up, pull out my drawers, and do all this maneuvering in the middle of painting. I usually use gouache straight from the tubes. I don't squeeze out any into a palette anymore. So my open palettes are my main palettes that I use to paint with gouache, and they're very messy and sometimes they crack and crumble, but it's my jam. I love it. I wouldn't choose any other way. When I look at all the paints that I have, it sometimes feels overwhelming. Like I have way too many colors that I need. And my biggest fear is that I'm going to run out of the colors that I really like and be stuck with the ones that I don't really use and have to buy more colors just to compensate for the ones that I use a lot and don't have anymore. And I'm just gonna be stuck with a bunch of colors that I don't really love and don't really use. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that going forward. As I mature in my art journey, I find myself gravitating to certain colors more than others, and now I just have large sets of colors that I don't really use. So I could give them away, maybe. I don't know. I don't know yet. I remember the day that I started working on this part of the painting. I came home from a pretty not so good day at work. I was kind of upset. Well, not kind of, I was upset. And I just wanted to come home and just zone out, listen to some YouTube videos, and paint. Um, and that's exactly what I did. I zoned out and I made a huge mistake. I'm not sure if you notice it here, but I'll explain it. So, usually when you're painting, you want to do what's in the background and then forward. And what I did was I painted the green parts first when I should have painted the scarf, the blue parts first, because the green would overlap the blue. So once I painted the blue, I could easily overlap and make it look natural with the green. And I completely zoned out because I was having that bad day and I made a minor mistake, but it's not a mistake that I couldn't correct later on. So here I'm going in with more green to just give it a more of an overlapping shape and fill in some spots that I might have missed while painting the blue parts. After I decided that I wasn't gonna submit my art to the galleries, the three art pieces that I spent almost a month, maybe less than a month working on them, I decided that I wasn't gonna submit them, and instead I decided to just continue working on my website and editing the art that I have made for my future portfolio. In the end, I did struggle a lot with self doubt and just fear of what if this isn't good enough? What if I spent all this money trying to get my art into this gallery and it doesn't sell, or it doesn't sell for enough that it's financially worth the investment that I put into it. So instead, I'm just going to focus on what my initial goals were, which is to have a website and a portfolio. And I can now add these three beautiful pieces of art that I worked so hard on to my portfolio. Photoshop, Photoshop was definitely a difficult thing for me to work with. I struggled a lot with it in the beginning, and I still struggle a little bit with it, with getting the colors just right and editing and sharpening and all this stuff. I'm still trying to figure it out. So a part of my brain is like, it's not perfect, like it's not good enough. But the other part of my brain is, hey, you did your best that you can do right now, and it is good enough for right now. So I am trying to be kinder to myself and be able to move on and edit the rest of my artwork and tell myself it is good enough for me right now. I'm still learning, so once I get better, my editing skills will get better essentially. So, yeah, just working on being kinder to myself. You're probably looking right now wondering, what the heck is that? Is that a new palette I see? And you're right. Yes, it is a completely new palette. I will talk more about it later, I promise. But this is my experimental non-granulating skin tone palette. It's not perfect yet. I'm still kind of swatching out colors, figuring it out in my sketchbook. But I did use this palette for my three paintings, so everything's like cohesive and consistent. I am working on making a video talking about my new approach to painting. Primarily, I used gouache to paint my skin tones, and I still want to make a skin tone video, a gouache skin tone video, just because I've learned so much and tried so many different things. And I want to make a dedicated video to help anyone out there that is also struggling with mixing skin tones. Right now, this is my main skin tone palette, but it is going through some changes and transitions, and I'm still experimenting with it. But right now, I really, really love it. I decided to end this video with a chill, real time sketchbook session with me. You can watch me experiment with my skin tone mixing, and also have something nice and chill to keep you company. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Take care.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. I look for the things I don't know. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honest, honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honest, honestly don't. I should be the last to know. Hello, Ramona. I mistook you for a dream. The engine glows, and I guess you always seem to know. Hello, Ramona. I push back the serious feeling. The end's unknown. To get back the life I used to know. All in this, I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this, I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know.